already. Monday
Monday
Race
Race
Club.
Club.
There we go,
There
there
we
we
go.
go. I'm new to the league. Apologies about that, but welcome to Monday Race Club, and I'm here today with Daniel Ferg.
Hello, guys. Get ready. We're ready to go. Just let me go on your thing now. Actually, Indigo, have you posted your Have you posted it to the Discord?
I will now, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
new
on
to
to
this
the
league, so I don't really know anybody, so I'll try and get up to speed with people's names, but it should be quite simple, these names, in fact. Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, there's a nice big infographic on the thing as well. We can check out the
Be nice.
standings as well.
It'd be nice to know other people's names and all that.
Yeah, I tell you now though, a couple of drivers to keep a little eye on that I've liked the look of genuinely. A bold boy, if he's in here, yeah, his name is Chris, I believe, Chris Atkinson. He is very quick. He won the last race by like 18 seconds, or like he was clear. Avinash Hanuman is very quick as well. But another guy who's really nice to watch, not the quickest, but nice to watch, Jonzo 101 in a Mercedes. Mate, his driving style is beautiful, has to be said. Like, if you want to learn off anyone on a wheel, probably be in. He looks very nice. But yeah, ready to get going. You excited?
Yeah, mate, especially for a new league, and it's the British GP, so we should get some good racing around here. It's, might see some DRS trains on the Hanger Straight, but at least we'll have plenty of opportunities to overtake. I'm looking at these driver profiles, and they seem quite interesting. I do one about myself. So what do I put in here? So it says name. Yeah, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Jamie Morris. Where do I live? I live in outside of Nottinghamshire. My age, I am 18 years old. I am the commentator for this league. What do I do? I work on a weekend in a warehouse, Sports Driver warehouse, and I do college. I study protective services, and my main goals are to be in the services, depending which one, because I haven't decided which one I want to be in yet. It's either between Army, Navy, etc. You get it. Real life F1 fan, yeah, I love F1. I've watched F1 as long as I could remember. I watched it with my dad when I was younger. I've watched MotoGP when I was younger too. I was a MotoGP fan until I switched to F1. Preferred four wheels instead of two. I still watch MotoGP, but don't get me wrong. But I'm more of a massive fan of Formula One than MotoGP. When MotoGP is on, I'll give it a watch. But when F1, I watch every single practice session, every single qualifying session, and watch every race that's happened previously. I've got all the DVDs from all the past races, and they go all the way back to 2000. I give them an occasional watch whenever I feel bored. What else is there to be? Why am I in Monday Race Club? Well, it's a new experience, so just wanna stick around and see what happens really. And I commentate with somebody new, which is Ferg, so I know him from before, but we haven't really spoke one-on-one in a party. We've always been a party with somebody else's, but this is my first time properly in a party with him one-to-one. Picture of myself, I'll get a sexy picture of myself before.
Take a quick selfie, Will. So yeah, that's pretty nice, Jamie. To be honest, I don't think I've ever introduced myself properly to these guys. Like, might as well give it a crack. So my name is Daniel Ferguson. My PSN is CRL Ferg. I live in London, England. I live in specifically North London. I ain't giving you my address though, of course. I am 24 years old. Who do I race for? Predominantly, probably Racing Point for the CRL League. Race with the most, and I play on controller. What do? I am the manager of a pub, and I also I'm a site manager of a glamping company, which is fun in the summer. Do a lot of festivals and stuff. A real life fan, absolutely, of F1. Been watching it ever since like 2011. I think I got properly into it at the start of the 2012 season, when there was 6 different winners from 6 different constructors, because it was just a crazy season. I remember Maldonado beating Alonso like it was literally yesterday. What a banging race that was. And what else? Why am I in Monday Race Club? I'm in Monday Race Club because So you guys needed a commentator, and I'd never done it before, so decided to throw myself to the unknown, give it a little crack, and picture of myself. I'll send one in at some point. I'm sure you'll be able to see it.
Quick plug. Go check out my Instagram if you want to see a picture of me.
Follow me still.
Good luck to the pair of you in the comms box, and hi from seat 2 in the Racing Point. Hello Lee Davis, hello Carl. And this seems like all new to me. Even though I've done commentary before, it seems like I'm in a brand new environment. It's just, I don't know. I've never introduced myself properly like that before. I've never said what my hobbies are. In fact, I haven't even said what my hobbies are. So, my hobbies. What do I like to do? Well, if it wasn't COVID, I like to go out and explore nature with my mates. I like to go out walks. I like to bike a lot. Unfortunately, I can't bike because my bike's coming to an end. I've had it for like a long time. Gear stick's breaking. Sorry, it's like F1. Chain's breaking. Always getting punches, so I need a new bike. What else do I like doing? Watching F1. I like to work out occasionally too. I like to play sport. I like to play basketball when I ever had the chance. Football. My biggest goal in the future, well, if I want to be like, if I pretend I was younger, I would love to be a racer, but obviously I can't be a racer. Well, I can be, but it'll take a lot of effort and time and money into it. So I said before, I wanted to be like joining the army or join the police services, fire services, etc. What else? I've just recently, well, I say recently, I've only just got the wheel today. It's a Logitech G29. I'm having a bit of pain with it, like setup wise, but it take me about 2 months to get used to it. But I think I'll get used to it.
I think you'll get there.
My favourite Formula 1 drivers, is Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel because he's a very nice person. He inspires me a lot. And Max Verstappen because he's just, well, insane.
He's just insane.
He's a driver that never gives up. Whenever he's got criticism, he bounces back. He's a good racer, never cracks under pressure, and he's got potential for the future.
I think Max is almost he's probably the first driver in history where it's almost guaranteed he will be a world champion at some point. But I think that might get to him in a big title fight. The fact that he knows he's probably the best driver on the grid and everything that goes with it. He's only really had that kind of like pressureless fight now that he's got multiple race wins. So going on to a championship fight will be very mad. But anyway, less about us, more about the actual drivers at hand, shall we? So let's start with a man who has recently, through some conversation, I've learned that he is a professional, or he owns a mountain biking company, and he does that pretty much year round. Because he's on furlough right now, he's had a lot of free time, and he's putting in around 25 hours a week of work and effort to make sure these races are all set up and run, and there's stewarding and there's standings, and that is he is from North Wales in the UK. He is 46 and of course driving for McLaren. He's also on a G29 as well, Jamie, so maybe you could throw him some messages after the race and see a couple tips and stuff.
I did have a quick skim of people's infos, and I did see somebody with a G29, so
I think that's single tracks or Martin Hill's coming up the pits now, I believe. Who's the first driver out then? Is that
it's a Haas? Yeah, it is a Haas, mate. I think it's Tom Brown. I was on board with him halfway through the lap. Is it a Haas? I think it is. No, it's the other Haas. It's where is he? The other Haas, P3 Chris DC. So
Chris DC
coming through Stowe. Hopefully, he doesn't take that line through the actual qualified lap as he backs off to prepare for his lap. Coming towards Vale, I think it's Vale. I've not really looked at the map chart, but I haven't looked at it for quite a while. But here we go then. He prepares for his lap right in the final corner, flat out through there. And let's see how he takes it. Coming through turn 1. Use a bit of curb at the entry, which he does do. Now coming into turn 2, flat out. A bit laggy, so might not see everything. Turn 3. a bit offline there, coming towards turn 3. You want to get on the right line so you can swing it in on the entry. This is turn 5 now, coming on the short straight DRS open. We're coming into Brooklands and Luffield.
What's sector going to be? So 27-2. See how that compares with the other drivers as they go around. Chris DC, Jamie, just for a little bit of insight, he has won a few races. I believe he is up there in the championship fight. Let me just get the standings up right now. So Chris DC is currently second in the championship behind
Ooh, that's a bit too wide.
A bit wide there, but the lap still continues as he goes through Magnussen Beckett's. Nice and committed through there, a little bit wide, little lock up, but mainly alright into the Hammer straight.
2.6. Usually in Magnussen Beckett you want to go flat out to the first 2 corners and gradually get slower as you enter the 3rd and 4th. Coming towards Stowe, let's see how it takes it. Very clean through Stowe. And there's a McLaren that hopefully should get out of the way. Could have done better than that as he has a massive lockup, goes wide, compromises his next line, and he makes his way towards the final corner. And this is a 26.6. I dare say could be improved if it wasn't for that little distraction from the McLaren driver. And
scary.
I went on board with the Racing Point, and the Racing Point of Avin Nash has made a mistake through the exit of Cop, so he's on the medium compound tyres as Debrel has gone quickest with a 26.2, 4/10 quicker. The Dutchman in 3rd place, well, has just got replaced by Chris, who just goes 3rd place. No, yeah.
To see more drivers crossing the line.
Well, the lap times are coming in, and half and half on the softs and half on the medium tyres. The strategy is definitely soft and medium. No reason you should use the hards unless you have a mistake coming through the early parts of the race, like lap 1 or lap 2. It's most likely going to happen because it's a track where you can make instant wins very easily, and it's a 27.3 from Olliette, who's gone into 8th place.
With a 26.2, so that smooth driving style I was talking about proving very, very nice. Oh, as we see Bold Boy taking provisional pole with a 25.8, 4/10 quicker than his closest rival Jonzo, someone I did mention to look out for at the beginning of this race, proving it right now.
Something has just gone, there's contact between 2 drivers, and that has gone terrible. The Red Bull driver Spikey wasn't on a lap until Chris just hit the back of him, so that'll be definitely under investigation. Ruined Chris's Spikey's lap. Chris, I don't know what Chris was doing, because it looks like he was just driving like he wasn't there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Racing Point another lap on the same set of medium tyres. Here comes Vans, he's 7/10 down, so it doesn't matter. Oh, McLaren's just spun coming out of, where is that? Turn 2. He's got disqualified for going the wrong way, so single track has been disqualified. I think he spun coming towards turn 3, and that's his qualifying over, and he will start in last place. Sadly for him. Avin Nash in the Racing Point coming towards the final corner now, and this is going to be 9th place at 26.9, a few hundred slower than Error, but they're both on the medium compound tyres, so they should be quicker later in this qualifying session if they go on the soft compound tyres.
So we see our top 3. So Jonzo has, on his 2nd lap, has improved by a few tenths to 26 flat. With how do you, let's call him Yarn. Actually, let me look for his. I'm never going to be able to pronounce that name ever.
Who are you talking about?
Yarn P3. Jarne van der Breel.
Jarne van der Breel. I think he's from Belgium. Not quite sure. I did see somebody from Belgium.
That was a fantastic shot. Better than me, anyway. Pronouncing his name. Jarne van der Breel. Lovely. Let me see. Go on the.
I've had to pronounce a few Dutch names myself, so I find it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I forget you're friends of mine.
P9 Avinash has gone quicker than his best time in the middle sector, so this should be a decent time from him. Still on the set of mediums, and this is going to be his 3rd lap as he makes his way towards the penultimate corner now through the last corner. Takes an odd line through there, and now it's going to be a 26.1, goes P3 on the medium set of tyres. So I could dare say he's in contention to pole if he continues like that, but he could definitely find more time because they did make a mistake coming towards the final corner. He just took an acute line instead of going wider than he should have done.
Very good lap though, only 3 tenths down currently on a, well, dare I say, a non-fresh set of medium tyres, so very good lap from Avinash.
Mark in the Renault has just gone P5 on the medium tyres, so he's the second highest medium runner.
Bold Boy still in P1. He is, I believe, he is just
gone quicker.
Jesus, very nice from Bold Boy there.
Well, he's done 3 laps on the same set of tyres. Usually you do 1 lap, but if you make a mistake, you have 3 different sets of softs, because it's definitely, if it was soft there'd be 4 sets, but he's on, I presume he's on balance because you need those set of mediums. I'd say come back into the pits and put a brand new set on.
100%.
That's what I do anyway. I use all 3 sets of qualifying. You don't really want to save any.
Same. I only do, what I'll do is put in like a lap and a half of fuel, like just for my laps, and then if I mess up on the first half of the lap, I can back out and then go again, just to save the in lap and the out lap. Otherwise, your tyres just get creamed. Yeah, with the one stop strategy, there is some element of tyre saving involved, unless of course there's a VSC or a safety car or something like that within the race. But yeah, very quick time, but tyre saving will be crucial. Whilst we have him on screen as well, I'm not sure if he's on your screen, but got Bold Boy here. A little bit about him. He's called Chris Atkinson. He lives in Wakefield in the UK, which I believe neighbours cities such as Manchester or Liverpool. Liverpool, Leeds, very close to Leeds. He is 20 years old and he races for Ferrari, of course. His best result in the league is first in the last race, Spa, which I was talking about. Absolutely blinder he had there. He's working towards being a police officer, so very fair play.
Like me then.
Mr. Chris Atkinson, yeah, just like you.
Sorry to interrupt, but Yarno's coming across the line, 2nd place, 24.9.
Ah, very nice as well. On only what was he going for a double lap though? I believe he isn't.
How old did you say he was? You were talking about Bold Boy.
So Bold Boy Chris Atkinson. He is 20 years old. So he's a student and he's working towards being a police officer. So
I take it he's in university.
I assume so. And his picture is him and his girlfriend, I assume, dressed up all nice for a nice little lockdown meal, I assume. So very fair play to him. Looks like he's enjoying himself. So enjoying being at the top anyway. Look at that 5 tenths difference to me. It is impressive to say the least. But especially if they're on a one set of tyres. If it was 3 laps on the softs, if I'm not mistaken, should be at around 15 to 20% wear.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate.
Costs you around 3 to 4 tenths on the lap.
He could definitely improve because he's also put a lot of fuel in the car as well, so yeah, I could say he could get into 24s for sure. L. Davis is on a lap, he's got 2 tenths quicker than his best time on a set of old, well I say old, they're only 1 lap older, but on a set of older soft tyres.
Still somewhat old though. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, you have a lot of tyres available to you in a short pulley, so let's hope all these laps aren't on the same set. As he puts it P5, I believe he did just improve. He'll have to back off now though because of his ERS.
Oh, Tomo's made a mistake coming through Stowe, and now he's heading off into the pits. I think Chris might have an extra because he just came slowly out of a corner. Looks like he's half spun but managed to save it. Olliette down in P16 on a brand new set of soft. He's coming towards Vale through the last slow corners, the slowest corners on the track, I believe, as he makes his way across the line now. He goes up into P12. Van chunks the curb through turn 3, so that'll cost him a bit of time for him. Tom Brown hasn't activated, I don't know if he's on a lap because he hasn't activated his DRS on the straight. And look at that, if you go on the fitted tyres, Ferg, it says Bold Boys on the medium set of tyres. Does he believe he could go quicker than the soft one?
Well, from the looks of it, I mean, he's definitely looking at the times whilst he's at the pits and at least going to be comparing something towards, because, I mean, the mediums and the softs aren't too different around it. I mean, they're about 6/10, but if you're running on 3-lap-old softs with a lot of fuel, if you take all the fuel out and go 1 hot lap on the mediums, dare I say it could be relatively close to equal pace. So, and given Bold Boy's pace over the past few races, definitely don't put it past him on attempting it at least. I reckon he could probably do it. But we'll have to wait and see, as I believe Ollie is rounding Stowe. Is that? I think he's on an in lap. Yep, I think everyone's either coming in or on an in lap. Is that Spiky on the lap?
Yeah, he is, mate, coming towards Vale.
What can he do then? Going through the last few corners. He's going to improve on his time, but he will still be P18 for the Red Bull driver.
Jodzo is on a lap, but he's sadly for him 4/10 down in the first set, so this is not an improvement. He's on the medium compound tyre. He set his best lap on a set of...
Soft, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thing is though, if he doesn't improve on these mediums, you've got to go on a brand new set of softs, because you don't want to be starting on 2-3 lap old softs, do you? So if he knows he can't improve on this lap, he's got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left, and pit lane takes around what? I don't want to be too exaggerate. 8 seconds?
Yeah, it's like 25 to 30 seconds. Isn't it?
Yeah. Got to get in the pits. What's his middle set? Yeah, it's definitely down. So, if he's going to go for another lap, he needs to improve, because I don't think he wants to start on the set of 2-lap-old softs. Same with Del Davis, because his best lap time is in his P6 on a set of 3-lap-old softs.
Yes, Jonzo does dive into the pits and abandon that lap. Very smart from him. I assume he'd probably be going on a fresh set of softs now.
I presume it'll be last lap as well.
Is going for it. Things we love to see. Trying to beat your soft time on mediums.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I think you'll only I think you'll have 2 flying laps, I believe, on the set of mediums. But if he wants to switch over to the softs, it'd be a bit risky, because the time.
A bit late now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit late. So he's got to improve on those medium tyres, because if you see at the top, he's done 3 laps on those set of softs. He set his best lap time on, so he don't want to be started on those old softs, plus the formation lap as well, and the initial getaway with wheel spin, so you don't want to be on those soft tyres. So he's definitely got to improve on those mediums, otherwise he'll be vulnerable. I say vulnerable, he's only about 2 laps older, but still he'd be pushed on those soft tyres on that qualifying lap. I believe BITW is going up into 12th place, 26.7. These times are quite close, but bearing in mind some on the medium tyres like Avinash. Avinash is the highest medium runner, he's in the pits, so we'll wait to see him come out as on board with Bold Boy, currently provisional pole sitter, so it makes his way into turn 3 right now. Mercedes should get out of the way, which he should do. Another slow corner down in turn 4. Gradually building up the throttle if you're on no traction. Coming through turn 5, DRS is enabled for him as he makes his way towards Brooklyn's turning point is at the 50-meter mark. There you go. Clip the apex.
Time only 6/100ths down on his soft time, so this is an absolute blinder Bold Boy's putting in right now. Matching his soft time on the medium tyres. What can he do in the second sector? Coming into Cops now.
It's going to be flat out for him. Yes, it is. No lift offs. In recent games, not really a flat out corner, but this one it is now. Nice through Braggis and Beckett. Continuous. Yep, nice rhythm and a nice flow as Jarni van de Biel has got up to first place, 25.4.
Lovely. Great lap. Bold Boy still matching his sector time, so in sector 2 he's still half a tenth down. Oh, very wide. Will that cost him? I don't think it will, as he's coming into the final chicane. Keep it steady on traction, you don't want to go too wide, you don't want to lose it. Nice and smooth. What's it going to be? Oh, he beats his time though. Critical. He beat his time by 5 milliseconds.
He will be starting on those medium tyres, but he's going for another lap, I believe. Tomo is not on a lap, I don't believe. Through the middle sector he goes. Yeah, not on a flying lap. The Dutchman of Era Voice down in P4 coming through Luffield. 25 points. And T's got up to third place.
George T put into third. I believe the championship leader. Consistency is currently winning him the title. So P3 for him, very nice lap.
Well, looks like P8 of Avinash will start at the medium tyres, too late for him to come out of the pits, and Era's gone 1/10 quicker, well 2/10 quicker in the middle sector, so it should be moved up if he continues his performance on his last sector. Come round and stow, very nice through there. As we come through, somebody's taking out the 100-metre board. Hopefully people with no lines should, hopefully they found a reference point or switched to line, because I know that could be very hard. As he comes across the line, goes up into P3, takes away from the AlphaTauri.
Good lap, 25.5. Something that we're probably overlooking a little bit.
Jonzo, it's a messy lap from Jonzo, ruined his line through Magnus and Beckett, and he has spun it unfortunately. But there was somebody in the way. I think it was Chris who got in the way of him. No, it wasn't Chris. He's just round.
It was the McLaren, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the McLaren. Sorry.
Jamie, what happened to? I didn't even notice. We have 2 disqualifications. Was this the contact you were talking about?
No, mate. I forgot to talk about disqualification. I just saw somebody a few minutes ago got disqualified. You were talking, so I forgot. No, don't say sorry. It's fine, mate. I forgot to say it. Jonzo's in the pits as Chris has got up into P6 with a lap time of a 25.8. Yeah, so single track was parked in a dangerous location. That's why he got disqualified. I don't know where he parked his car, and we all know why Wiki got disqualified. That's qualified over. So Jan van der Biel will be on pole. We're ahead of Bold Boy, but Bold Boy set his best lap time of the medium, so it's looking very promising for him. Third place is the Dutchman of Era Voice. Geordie Tree T is in 4th place. Tomo is in 5th place ahead of Chris DC. L Davis in P7 ahead of Jonzo. The second highest medium runner in P9, but he's done 3 lap on the old medium tyres. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, but you don't want to be starting on those 3 lap old mediums, especially with soft runners surrounding you. Mark in P10, 26.3, also on the medium tyres, if I'm looking at the correct information, which I am. Genie in P11, Vans Racing in P12, Scooter in P13, BITW in P14, Oliet in P15, Tom Brown in P16, Smith P17, and P18 was a Red Bull, I believe, but didn't see the name. It was...
Oh no! Sorry, Jamie, to cut you off, but I have just seen Bold Boy as a 5-place grid penalty.
And I've just seen Vans get a 5-place grid penalty, so wonder what that was about. Spikey the Dutchman was in P18, and your 2 disqualifications were single track and Winky for both different reasons. Winky going backwards, well, the game thought it was going backwards, but it wasn't. Single track, parked in a dangerous location, so that's why he got disqualified, but hopefully they can do something about it in the race coming up in a few seconds' time. So, looking by that, well, he'd be starting down in P8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, P7.
Lucky for him, but like we said, he's on a fresh set of medium tyres, which will definitely help him towards the end of the race when he can chuck off the mediums, which are the slower tyre in this case, and put on the fresher, faster tyre at the end. So with less fuel and a more kind of evolved track, he will definitely feel the benefit of it. Another little battle to look out for as well, Jamie, is the battle between Scott and Ollie T in P12 and P14. These 2 actually work together at Tesco, so not only is this an online battle, it's a bragging rights battle for tomorrow morning. Tomo222 is also a part of the, let's say, the trio, the Tesco trio. Hope that's not sound too disrespectful. I mean it with the utmost positivity, but the Tesco trio, let's say, of Tomo, Scott, and Ollie, it's a little bit more than just, the points on the board. When they come into work and making them coffees, they want to be the one bragging about the race win and laughing at, other people's dismay. Or, maybe they want to help each other, so let's find out. So Scott and Ollie in 12 and 14 should be a good battle. from the previous races as well, Jamie, they fight tooth and nail. it's absolutely brilliant.
They take each other out. Tesco morning. Why'd you take me out for?
In the, on the big comm that goes throughout the whole shot. Scott's Ollie T, why did you take me out? Report to the staff room so I can batter you. Thank you.
So
anyway, give me one moment. I just need to go to the toilet.
So there's the tyre information for you. So Bob Boy, the highest medium runner, demoted down into P7. Don't know why he got the 5-place grid penalty. We'll find out why later when he tells us. Jonzo P8 on the softs. So Jan van der Biel, Emma Voice in P2, Jordan T P3, Tomo in P4, Chris DC in P5, O Davis in P6, Bold Boy P7, Jonzo in P8, Avinash in P9, Mark in P10, Genie P11, Scooter in P12, Bit in P13, Olliet P14, Tom Brown P15, Smith P16, Vans Racing P17, Spikey, Single Track and Winky. Interesting, outside the top 10, majority of the soft runners, we've got 3 mediums outside the top 10, so majority of the drivers opted to go on the faster tyre in this first stint, so they'll be hoping to get a good launch and try and fight the medium runners. Bold Boy will be surrounded by soft runners, especially Smith down P16 as well, who'll be surrounded by soft tyres. But anyway, Jan van der Biel ready to make his way to the grid as we're about to start the race in round 6. And we should be going soon when everybody gets up. Winky down in P20. I don't know anybody's pace around here, judging by qualifying, but those two got disqualified. So let's see what they can do in the race as they make the way towards the final corner to go the back of the grid. And we'll be underway in the World War II airfield soon. Williams at the front, one at the back. Can the Belgian driver get a good start off the line? We've got 5 lights now. We're underway for round 6 of the British GP. Looks like the Alfa Romeo got a decent start on the AlphaTauri as they make their way down into turn 1. Go side by side. Does the Red Bull and the Williams. Looks like the Williams are taking advantage. But look at the AlphaTauri going around the outside into turn 3. He's got the inside line. The AlphaTauri has the inside line for the next corner. They're still side by side through there. Gets a bit of a squeeze. Contact was made, but just a bit as the AlphaTauri makes his way into P2. As the Red Bull's gone off, he's hit the wall, and he should have damage realistically, but it looks like he escaped from that, and he'll be dropping down the order with a dismal first opening part of the race. Looks like the AlphaTauri just cut his way, and this should be an update, but this graphics are already. I don't know if it's just me, but anyways, the Williams leads by 9/10, and he's got a Tomo right behind him. As they make their way through Cops, Tomo goes very wide through the dirty air. As we've got a big gap between P4 and P5 already, 1.7. Let's look at that. Genie versus the Racing Point, but the Racing Point backs out of it. As Genie goes very, very wide, but manages to get his way back in the next corner. I've already got yellow flags down there as well, but I think we're about to see a move between Tomo and L. Davis. Tomo has used all of his ERS, so be under pressure as we make our way down into the slow corner of Vale, but Tomo keeps the position. So what do you think about that first lap, Ferg? You there, Ferg? Oh, anyways, here comes Al Davis.
I am here. I'm really sorry I had to just run and sort something out. Just a quick thing that I noticed off the start, Ollie T and Jonzo, very unfortunate starts, were both backwards after turn 1, as well as Winky, Spikey and Tom Brown, so very unfortunate starts for them, but Jonzo has already made himself back up to P12 and is hooking himself onto the back of Era Voice, who I also believe had an issue coming through the... what's this straight called? Is it the Hanger Straight?
Wellington, isn't it?
Wellington Straight, there we go. Down the Wellington Straight, I believe he hit the wall, but like I said, no damage at the moment, so that's absolutely fine for him. Where's Bold Boy? Is your timing screen's all messed up as well.
Yeah,
like
mate.
the game was meant. The patch notes said today we all downloaded an update today.
I
Still like this.
I thought it was just me because I got confused. They did say they fixed it. I don't know if I was just messing up with it or they were messing up, but they still haven't fixed it. So that's their end. We're on lap 2 still.
On board with Bold Boy all over the back of Chris DC on his medium tyres. So the fact that not only is Chris or Bold Boy Chris on Chris, not only is Bold Boy keeping up with Chris DC, but he's actually pressuring him to an overtake with the medium tyres on. So great pace at the start of this race from Bold Boy. Just needs to keep it clean, keep it close. A little bit as I said that, but sorry.
That's fine, man. I did notice him dropping back as Chris made a mistake through turn 1, compromised his line through turn 2, so he's lost a lot of time already. As Bold Boy and Genie are back into play with Chris, making a slight mistake around here could be a big cost, even if just a little one, in those high speed corners and slow speed corners as well. DRS is enabled as we're on lap 3. Let's see, his ERS status not too bad, but we've got yellow flags down at turn 1 because the Alfa Romeo has just spun through turn 2. As the Alpha Tauri is putting pressure on the race leader, but not see the Williams lead since 2015 British GP, I believe. They led, I remember them 1-2 being...
Bottas? Yeah, it was Bottas and Massa, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were leading for a while, and they finished P3 and P4, didn't they?
They finished P6 and P7, unfortunately, mate.
Oh, wow. There was another race that finished P3.
The rain came in.
To be honest, I remember watching that season, but I always forget how much pace that Williams had when they first acquired that Mercedes engine. They rocketed to the front, didn't they?
We've got a new race leader. It is T that's moved ahead of Jarny van der Wiel as Chris has overtaken. But somebody spun. It's Tommy. Tommy spun before Stowe. He's on the. I've not really seen many people crash there before or spin there, but I wonder if he was side by side with people.
Very unlucky for Tomo there, as I was talking gibberish, George makes a Hamilton S move into Stowe, so he takes over the championship leader, takes over the lead of this race. So Bold Boy will certainly be attempting to be aware of that anyway, as he slowly makes his way through the field. Still behind Chris DC. Chris
on the medium tyres compared to the other Chris on the softs. He's on the back. He's in DRS range, so it'll be difficult for him because he's the DRS train. As Tomo's in the pits, onto a brand new set of hards he goes, and hopefully, for his case, the safety car will come out as Jonzo versus the Renault driver. He goes around the outside of Smith, and he moves himself up into the last points paid position. And he's on the softs compared to Smith on the medium. So early in this race, we expect the soft runners to still be alive in this race and making up on the medium runners. Chris versus Jonzo versus, I don't say Jonzo, I meant Scooter, Chris and Bold Boy, sorry. And Chris all over the back of him is about to make a move on the hanger straight, and he's done it. Moves himself up into P4. Easy move, and Bold Boy's next to try and overtake Scooter, unless Scooter can fight back. But look at his ERS status. Looks like he would be vulnerable as he locks up as well. Bold Boy's all over the back of Scooter. Gets a better exit. Does he dare overtake me to the first corner? Looks like he's going to do. Look at him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, he saves it. Oh, that was sketchy place to overtake, has to be said. Lifting off was wise for Bold Boy, otherwise that would have been an absolute carnage into the gravel, but they're still facing the right way. But in terms of the lead of this race and also the lead of the championship, he really needs to pick his moments, does Bold Boy or Chris, to make sure the soft runners aren't pulling away too quickly. So he needs to stay with them.
The soft runners, in about 2 laps time, their tyres should be less effective than Bold Boys on the mediums tyres, so coming to play for him. He should be patient with it, but bear in mind, staying patient, the leaders are pulling away, but Scooter's got wide through Cops, allowing Bold Boy to get closer. Will he make a move down into Stowe? As you can see, the flashing lights at the back of Scooter's car for a split second, indicating that he is running out of ERS, so he'll be vulnerable on the straight. Here he goes, the flashing light, as they use ERS and DRS. doesn't overtake him down the straight, but he didn't really use any ERS to do so. He's trying to save it for the later moves in this race.
Yep, he's a marathon, not a sprint. I believe Old Boy is full. As we see the Mercedes of Jonzo really making up a lot of places since his initial spin on the first lap. It's down to P20, all the way back up to P9 already. So, like I'm going to say every single time when I'm on board with this guy, his driving style will always help him, as it's just so smooth and so clean.
That's interesting. First pitter on a set of hard tyres, so doesn't go to the medium tyres. The mediums can go a long way in this race, but he's gone to the hard, so let's see how it pans out for him. Did he pit to get out of the DRS train, get out of that dirty air, and do some mega laps on those hards to try and undercut them? Bold Boy's all over the back of Scooter. He'll be hoping to get past him soon, but I've got the gearbox glitch on his car.
Damn. It sounds lovely, basically.
Oh, I hope that's not the Dutchman. Is it the Dutchman? Was it? Yes, it is. It's Vettel's teammates all over the back of him. He's overtook him, and he's made a mistake without the pits. Were the tyres too cold? Did he get on the throttle too early? Did he turn it too sharply? I wonder what it was. As here comes Bold Boy on Scooter then. This is an easy move. He's lost DRS range of Chris, so he's vulnerable on the straight, but barely by... Yeah, he's done it. Next target is Chris in P4.
Pretty comprehensive move that from Bold Boy. Just as you were saying, looks like now the medium tyres are probably in a better state pace-wise than the softs, so expect that gap from Bold Boy to Chris to be falling, or Bold Boy to everyone else, should I say, to be falling.
Look at P7, he's got 100% ERS status compared to Scooter, who's barely got any to play with, so...
Fantastic. On the mediums as well.
Yep. Looks like it's been an easy move from him, but bearing in mind Scooter has got DRS in the back of Bold Boy, but I think he'll be waiting down the Hanger Straight. Hanger Straight. This is Wellington that we just came to, now coming into Brooklands and Lovefield. Meanwhile, out in front, Jan van der Biel, still in DRS range of T, so he hasn't left him alone. Has the Williams driver. He did blast past him down the straight a few laps ago, but still in contact, and he's got more ERS compared to him, so that's his advantage to his disadvantage, and he can use that to try and re-overtake to get into the lead again. Very close to him down that straight, putting him under massive pressure. Which one decides to pit first, because the pit window will be open soon between those two. As here comes... No, the Racing Boy still hasn't done it. He didn't really use any ERS to try and overtake the Mercedes driver, who's just gone wide through Stowe. And I think the Racing Boy's about to... Oh, Racing Boy spun! Oh, he took the Renault out with him too.
No.
But the Renault came off worse, and he's left spinning. That's a shame, really, for Mark. Did you say those two words at Tesco, the Racing Point and the Renault?
I believe it's the AlphaTauri Volley T, the Mercedes of Scooter, or his name's Scott, and Tomo in the Alfa Romeo. So not too close to each other on track at the moment, but no doubt they'll be in a party with each other, probably trying to help each other on.
A yellow flag. That's a Red Bull of Spikey this time, not his teammate.
Red Bull's not having the greatest of races in 17th and 20. He's really lifting off.
Back at the front, Jana van der Biel looks like he's about to make a move down in Brooklands, but he decided to wait it out and wait till the Hanger Straight, because he knows the guy in front of him hasn't really got enough ERS to play with. He'll be vulnerable down the straight like a sitting duck, and as Martin Buddha would say, taking candy from a baby. Here we go. Goes around the outside. That's what T did to him last time out. He did repaid the favour.
No, T dove on the inside, I think.
Oh,
so
I did see him move on the outside of somebody.
He basically just wanted to be like, yeah, well, if you want to do me up the inside, well, how about this? I can do you on the outside. So, bit of a boxing match going on, or chess, a bit of a big chess game for these two drivers, I believe. Not a marathon, not a sprint. Sorry, this is most certainly a marathon in that sense. A lot of laps to go. Not very hard on this track to pull out of the DRS zone once a driver has already
Oh,
hooked
optimistic
themselves into it.
overtake from the Mercedes down the inside of Avinash. No, if that was me, I would have. Oh, contact! And that's not going well between those guys.
Bit messy, but Jonzo is taking advantage as he will say thank you very much to his teammate. Oh, they go side by side into Brooklands.
Like the two Mercedes did back in 2019.
Jonzo, just like Bottas, wants to send it up down the inside.
Oh, spun!
No!
Into the wall he goes, and that's effectively his race ruined.
Teammates.
Not the
I
first.
think Jonzo will be able to, sorry to interrupt, Jonzo will be able to come back, I think, with the no damage in this league, so he will be thanking the heavens that damage has not been turned on just yet.
Oh, Bolt Boy.
Probably not too happy with his teammate. Sorry.
Well, different things have happened because of the leader changed again, but this time the Alpha Tauri's in the pits. I did see Bolt Boy cut the corner in Magnus and Beckett's. He did go wide. I don't know. Spikey, what have you done, mate? Bolt Boy, I don't know if he just went wide or anything, but when I was on board with him, looks like he was cutting a bit of grass. So he'll take third place this race after T making a pit stop, hopefully undercutting his rival in first place because those two have been fighting hard. So Jan van der Buel has to push hard now to ensure that he won't get undercutted by 7th place. Well, 7th place. 7th place has got a name. I meant T. Sorry.
I believe we have another. Oh, Jonzo comes into the pits, as does Christy C, as well as the leader. The leader is now exiting the pits on his fresh set of medium tyres, which will easily take him to the end of the race. So, yeah, let's see what he can do from here. He has to put in a very good outlap to ensure the overcut is covered from Yanni. However, I do believe going into the pits he had no ERS. Wait, Yanni did have quite a bit, so
T, sorry.
Trying to do the undercut. Anyway, sorry.
Luckily he came out in free air. Now he's gaining on the guy ahead. The gap was 2.5, now it's 1.8 between T and single track. He don't want to catch him too quickly and get hold up behind him, ensure that Jan van der Buel makes that overcut work. He should be coming in the pits of this lap. Yes, he is. I can see on my full map. So is the McLaren. Bold Boy will take the lead of this race, and here comes the AlphaTauri on the Renault. And how does he need to move? From him, moves himself up into P7. But we got, is that somebody off the track? This single track. Bold Boy set the fastest lap.
Martin.
And it's not the first time I've seen somebody make a mistake through there. I've made the mistake myself. It's very easy to drop it there, especially through dirty air. It's very costly as well because once you make that mistake, it's not easy to come back from. It's not very easy to control the car. That's the biggest mistake you could be in the British GP. I had it before when I was in the battle, and I was actually out of the race by hitting the wall so hard, lost my wheel, and that was it. It's a really hard place to come back from.
Yeah.
Where's the race leader then? Where's he going to rejoin? There he is. Jan van der Buel has rejoined behind him, but only just, so that's not too bad.
Not bad at all. So clearly had using that ERS in the right places, but unfortunately the power of the undercut has, especially as Jordan was already in the lead, making the overcut work when you're in second. Kind of want to try and do the undercut. Depending on the best drive pits. However, 1 and 2 remain the same for now. Who will make the next move is the question.
Well, saying that, through the exit of Luffield, Smith overtook Bit for P5, so managed to, well, look at that. Bit's coming back because he hasn't got any ERS, has the Renault driver, and that was a very easy move indeed from him. And he also hit the back of him, does the Renault.
Oh, they're side by side going through. Oh, Smith outbreaks himself a little bit, which just compromises line into Vale, which just allows BitW to continue on. BitW, a driver we haven't really spoken about much in this race, up to P5 on the medium tyres, so he will be feisty towards the end of this race. Let's see what he can do from here.
Sadly for Spikey, that yellow flag came out for him. He spun again, and he is way behind the pack. So sadly for him, his race is just dead from now on, unless there'll be a safety car. But judging by this, looks like damage is not on, so I don't think there'll be a safety car. Sadly, maybe they should consider that in the rules next time, because it gives those drivers a chance. Realistically, you would have it on, but did you say this about a developing league or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. So everyone's still learning their craft. It isn't too competitive in terms of people fighting their hearts out. It's definitely a league where the drivers are sharing, their tips to be faster rather than keeping them a secret. So, very nice thing to see, coming into any league that has that kind of mindset. So,
I understand why some drivers don't do it, because they don't want to share their secrets. They just want to. It's just rivalry and competitive. They don't really want to share how they're quick. But respectfully for this league, they do, which helps each other grow. They grow off each other and learn from each other. But in other leagues, I understand why they don't do it, which I can respect both ways from it. Crucially, Jan van der Buel is outside the 1 second range of DRS, but he has got more ERS compared to the AlphaTauri, so I think he should use a bit more to try and get back in range of that 1 second crucial DRS range to continue their battle. He's currently 1.3 seconds behind, so he's got to push now to ensure they don't get too far ahead. We've got another yellow flag out there, which is Tom Brown down in P18 and the Haas. He's made a mistake coming through the same place somebody else did it, which I believe it was Spiky.
Lucky to the Haas driver there, as he will, his tyres will not be happy with him, and the car will not feel too good with the overtake button activated during a corner. So
you don't want to activate. Yep, like I said, you don't want to activate ERS coming out of a corner, because it's just too much throttle input, and the rears can't take it. More power, more likely to spin as well. You don't want to activate it there, especially in dirty air. There we go. Should know the word by now because I've been in plenty of it. Looks like Bit W was right behind Olliott, but I think Elliott's found his rhythm and he's outside the 1 second range. The top four are the medium runners that start from the race.
So Bold Boy still extending his gap to P2. Let's have a look at his lap times. So Bold Boy is putting in consistent 29 so far. With his fastest lap being a 29 flats. So he will be battling with George T and Yanni, won't he? So them two are putting in 29s as well, with the fastest lap off from the provisional race leader being a 2/10 quicker. So don't be surprised if when Bold Boy comes out he will be near, because he's currently lapping more consistently quicker as well. Not only is it quicker, so with this clear air he's just going to be loving life, as George T and Yanni will be coming up to the start of the...
Interesting. I don't know if your T's made a mistake, but Jan van der Buel has overtaken him. I didn't see it. I kept an eye on the leaderboard for such a long time. I was on board with Error Voice, but did you see it? Racing Boy's gone wide.
I didn't see it, yeah. I just see the Racing Point clip the grass on the exit of Beckett's, which will give Yanni the easy move, really, because he's on a much fresher set of compounds. This is a crucial couple laps now for George, as he now has a slower driver in terms of the tyre wear in between him and his main race rival so far. So really imperative he clears him quickly before Yanni is able to pull out of that crucial 1 second gap. So we all know how important the DRS is around this track, so really need to make the move done as quick as possible, does George.
Williams driver in a very comfortable position, because not only the guy behind on an older set of tyres, but George's going to have to use a lot of ERS, and when he overtakes him, won't have enough ERS to fight Yanni van der Buel for 4th place. But if Yanni van der Buel is right behind Elliott for 3rd place, it should be easy because he's on an old set of the medium compound tyres, the ones he started on. But will he make it easy or hard? We've got Ferrari this time, and that is Bold Boy!
No!
He spun through Magnus and Beckett's. The race leader has made a mistake, gets back on the track, second place, and Elliott and Jan van der Biel will be arriving on the scene soon. See a skid mark on the side of the track, and Jan van der Biel has overtaken him for third place. That surprised me a lot to see Bald Boy spin. Maybe it's old tyres because those tyres are coming to an end.
He comes in now to get rid of them. How unfortunate is that for Bald Boy? Dare I say that has ruined his chance for the first spot, but he will be on the quicker tyres, so let's just see how many places he can make up now after that mistake. Very unfortunate for him.
So, a few laps before, Error Voice was behind Jonzo. Now he's overtaken him for 12th place on all the tyres compared to Jonzo. We expect Jonzo to fight, well, to have better pace considering he's on. Somebody's made a mistake through Spiky again, sadly for him, but respect for him to keep going. So I really respect that. George Tree's overtaken his teammate. I presume that was an easy overtake because they're both teammates and there'll be absolutely no sense to fight, as Bald Boys came up behind two drivers on a set of old hards and mediums, and he's on a brand new set of softs, so he should find this relatively easy to overtake both of them. But bearing in mind both in the battle and the DRS train as well, which I won't help. Here comes Jonzo as the Red Bulls made another mistake, I believe. Around the outside he goes, and that was a good move from Jonzo, really clean move as well. Respect for Error to keep the space, and he'll be under pressure from Bald Boy right behind him. In fact, what's going on down there, because he stopped on the straight Spike, he can't make another mistake surely. Yeah, Spikey's up and running again. Don't know what happened to him. He's slowing down for some reason. I don't want to keep it. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm still on board with Bald Boy here, as he has two cars with two red flashing lights, so dare I say he will get a double overtake here. What can he do as he's slipstreaming up to Era Voice, the first car overtaking? He pulls out to the Mercedes. Can he get the double overtake into Stowe? Oh, he does it on the softer compounder tyre. Brilliant stuff from Bald Boy, making some amends for his spin at Magnus Beckett. So
I love it. Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari fighting. Love it.
Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful to see. The battles of old. Oh, I'll be back in 1 minute. 1 minute, Jamie. I just need to do something. Very sorry.
So our first retirement is Spiky, who sadly didn't have a good race, as BitW has undercutted Elliott and he's moved himself up into 12th place. They're coming up to Smith, but Smith is also on a set of tyres but 3-lap hold. Error Voice will be vulnerable to the guys behind on their brand new set of the soft tyres, as Jonzo still trying to keep up with. Oh, fans going wide through turn 3 allowed his teammate to go through, so both Alfa Romeos exchanging positions, as Jonzo's not done with Bald Boy yet. And talk about that, Jonzo has pulled away from Error Voice, as you expect, on better tyres and younger too. What can he do down in second place? The AlphaTauri driver, what can he do? Can he fight back? As Jonzo then closing, but too far away on Bald Boy. Bald Boy maintains his 8th place. He's trying to fight 7th place Scooter, as Avanish has set the fastest lap in P5. Not talk much about Avanish, but this driver has got some decent pace on his hands. I noticed he's very good at conserving his ERS. It's one advantage about him. Good pace as well, that's another advantage. And he's on the back of Chris, and he's on the soft compound tyres, so he should be quicker now through this phase of the race compared to the others, because the others ahead of him are on the medium compound tyres, and that's a move for 4th place. A good move from Avanish. Not really spoke much about him, which we should do really. Could he get a podium? The next target is 7 seconds from L Davis, and he's got what, 8 laps to do it? Can he do it? Can he take that podium away from L Davis? Got a lot of ground to make up, but guess what? His helmet is the same as mine. A pink helmet. Love it. Oh, is that a spin? Yes, it is a spin from Chris. I was on board, but then for a split second, it looked like the rear end was going, and it's gone, and that's him falling down the order from Genie. Next up is a Mercedes, and I dare say the Ferrari is about to have him, unless no. I'm so grateful that ghosting was on, because that would have been major contact between the two. And Jonas then all over the back of the Haas driver. That was
Sorry
so
for the
close.
brief delay, guys, but yeah, I just come back and I see Chris have a little wobble, and then the Ferrari being able to fly straight through him with no damage. So thank God that setting is turned on, the ghosting.
Would have ruined both drivers' race. Crucially, still in the points though, so he's got to keep pushing us. Chris, forget about the mistake and just push.
The driver we haven't talked about much, L. Davis in P3. Running a very solid race in somewhat clear air in front and behind, but I believe he is catching up to the leaders every time they start squabbling. So for the leaders' sake, I mean, if me and you were leading this race, I think we would be using each other to clear ourselves from the pack, and then maybe saving the battle to the end just to ensure a 1-2. But I mean, you can't fault two drivers going at it, you know, hammer and tong the entire race. As I believe we're about to see another move for the leaders. George pulls out to the outside of Stowe. Is he going to swing it around the outside? Oh my God, what a move! Yes, it does.
That's absolutely beautiful.
So close to each other there. I mean, the trust is brilliant, isn't it?
I did say a few laps ago, is George T able to do something about Jan van der Wiel, and he has done, despite running low on ERS. You talked about Al Davis, but he's got a problem. The problem is the guy behind him's on a brand new set of soft tyres, and he's pulled down a 5.7 second gap. There's a mistake from Johnson, who's just spun through Stowe, rejoins down in 10th place, and there's a racing point coming towards him. Will he overtake him? Don't do it because he's too far behind. Yeah, you talked about Al Davis. I talked about Avanish. I didn't really speak much about Avanish, but he is currently hunted down P3, and the gap went from 7.2 to 5.6 in a lap, so he's definitely pushing to try and get P3, and he's only got 6 laps to do it.
On the softs as well, and given the battling by each driver, I mean, he's only 9 seconds off the lead 2, which will soon be 8 with the speed he's closing in. So don't rule out Avanash at the end of this race, and that just proves, because Bold Boy had about 8-second advantage on Avanash just before his spin. So that proves that.
No! Oh no! Oh, that's a shame. Ollie carried too much speed through Luffield, and that caused Jodzo into another spin. Sadly, he's pushed outside the top 10. And while that happened, the Renault just sneaked through on Ollie, despite him making contact with somebody else. So Ollie split, taking advantage. But the problem is, he's run out of ERS. Is the Renault driver as oh dear? Oh, is that further up the field? Is that AlphaTauri spun to the last corner?
Oh, George. No, is it?
Yeah, it is. He's dropped down into P3.
George. Unlucky. I did not see what happened. Was it just a spin off the last corner?
Possibly, mate, because it's very easy to do that. If you clip the curb, I think it could be a half spin, because if it was a full spin, you won't be able to get back on the track in quick.
Third like that.
Yeah, so it's lucky that they had a half spin. The problem is, though, put more wear on his tyres, put more temperature and all that, make the tyres more dirty, and that's allowed Avanish to put another second on George C. So I talked about Al Davis being vulnerable on the podium, but it's actually George T this time who's vulnerable to Avanish. Avanish can literally smell a podium off the AlphaTauri. He's got 5 laps to try and do something about it, and he should use some ERS because he's got a lot compared to George T.
With every look up from George, Avanash can literally smell the podium. Direct quote from Jurassic 5 series.
I also heard it from Alex Martin Bundle when Sergio Perez was on fire.
Oh yeah, that's it. Not the. Sorry, I thought it was. I thought when Albon was battling the Mercedes and then spins, I thought he said it then. But he says it against Sergio Perez, doesn't he, when he's on fire? You're very right, sir.
What can Al Davis do? He's got a 3-second gap on Jan van der Wiel. Jan van der Wiel, I did see him clip the last corner, and that cost him a bit of time. So you don't want to be clipping that last corner. You want to avoid it. You want to just take the curb normally and just because if you take that curb, you'll end up in a spin, half spin, or losing a lot of time. But T is back in almost a 1 second range. Could he try and take second place back? Avanish, not really. Last time I saw him was a 4.5. Now it's still 4.5 over a lap. He needs to gain more time than that if he wants to be on the podium. He's going to push harder to try and put that racing point in a well podium place spot. Looks like Jan van der Biel has got this covered. He's done a fantastic drive, and we'll see him win this race unless he makes no mistake. If he makes a mistake, it'll cost him a lot. Al Davis, not really spoken much about him, but he is currently being overwhelmed by T, because T, despite that spin, half spin, whatever it was, is still recovering, and he's coming towards P2 very quickly. So those two will be battling soon. And Avanish is losing time, so he can't afford to lose that time because we've run out of laps. Wants to be on the podium, he's going to push as hard as he can. I thought at one stage he'll be fighting towards get a podium, but it looks like his chances are getting slimmer and slimmer.
Yep, not gaining too much time, is he? Maybe he was really pushing at the beginning of the stint, and soft tyres are starting to catch back up with him a little bit. As we see George still in that crucial, very close to second place. Yeah, Yanni definitely someone deserving of the race win at the moment. As you know, through the battle, he was always the one with the superior ERS. So I think he had an advantage during the entire race whilst they were battling, because I believe George was the one on the with less ERS. His light was flashing during the first stint.
T going wide through Maggie's and Beckett's got to be careful not to do that, as Avanish is dropping away from T. So it looks like those two are safe at the moment from a podium. He's going to make a move down here? No, he's not. He's got 3 laps to try and make a move on Al Davis. Al Davis has done a fantastic job. This guy started out at P6. He's currently P2 under a lot of pressure from T behind, trying to make amends from his mistake at the final corner. Looks like he's taking a different line this time than the ones he did in the previous laps. Error Voice is overtaking Chris. In fact, it's going to run the outside. That's a good move. That's a good comeback from Chris. Thought Error had the move done, but he actually came back this time.
Very nice move from the Haas driver, as he will want to get back in the championship as much as possible. So he will be somewhat happy of T's slight mistake, but I think P2 will be in his hands given the next few laps go his way.
Oh, T all over the back of Al Davis, literally pushing him through Luffield. Will he overtake him now? Oh, that's a risky move. Does he want to do it? Does he want to do it? Here we go. Yes, he's done it.
Lovely stuff. McLaren probably thinks a bit better to cost them both a podium by maybe trying to fight an always losing battle, given George's pace and the way he's taken off 5 tenths almost instantly. However, Davis does get the better exit, and he also has DRS, so will be able to fight back. I don't think he wants it really, because he knows the more they battle, the more the soft runner of Avanash will be catching back up.
Who knows what could have happened if Bald Boy did make that massive mistake through Maggis and Beckett's. It cost him a lot, as Chris has overtaken Scooter for P7. Also got the Red Bull driver of Error Voice behind him. Error Voice, remember, he did pit very early in the race, like lap 6, and he's currently fighting for P7 behind those 2 medium runners. So let's see what he could do towards the end of this race. He's got 2 laps to try and get P7. That's what he could get, because GG is too far ahead, and Bit W hasn't really made an impact despite being on the soft tyres. He's got Mark to deal with, along with Olliet down in 12th place. But Jan van der Biel down in first, looking very comfortable indeed. Look at that, he saved a lot of ERS as well for good measure. So looking very, very comfortable up there. As long as he makes no mistake, he will win this race. So bring it nice, just bring it just bring it home basically. No need to push too hard unless you want to go for the fastest lap. But Scooter then still fighting with Chris. He's actually overtaken Chris for P7, but Chris is trying to make a comeback. Look at the ERS stated on Chris. He's got more. Wow. Then look at that. It should be easy down the straight there because Scooter, he's lost it. He ain't got any ERS to his name whatsoever.
0. Oh god. Yep. He will not be happy down the straight. Era voice as well. Don't be surprised if you see him making a move. He's on 27%. He's quite far back, but with DRS and the ERS compared to nothing. Especially C makes the move around the outside of Stowe, makes the move done before the actual corner.
Come on, Scooter, you can't be abusing that track limit there. Backs off, so yeah.
Yeah, wise. If I was watching that for Era voices, that would have been a bit of an unfair comeback there, but they keep going as they enter the final lap of the race. Yanni still with a 3.5 second gap to his main rival during the race. Big spin from him, or half a spin most likely, as he only lost around 4 seconds.
2019 game, you would be able to take that line, but 2020, well, you want to keep it realistic here.
Yeah, when I first came onto this game and loaded Silverstone and did a time trial, I noticed.
Sorry to interrupt. He spun. That wasn't. I don't think it was anybody's fault there.
Lucky Scotty.
Oh, that's another reason why Ghosting is on, because BWT would have been in a spin instantly, and he's got Mark. Mark's to go alongside him, but just wait for it. There he is, made a move into. He's taking the final points paying position. He might take on Scott as Jan van der Biel has won the British GP, but we've seen a massive battle between the Renault Mercedes and the Racing Point. Scott has lost out.
McLaren P3, the Avanash in P4, top of the soft runners. Bold Boy, I believe, will be coming around P5. Oh my god.
That's aggressive. That's Max Verstappen style back in 2016 there.
Jeez.
I think I dare say BW's points has just disappeared. That was his only chance now, and that's been ruined by Scott aggressively going to the left, and he'll be finishing P11.
Maybe a incident worth reporting for W there, because that was terrifyingly aggressive from Scott, shall we say. However, Jan van der Briel. Jan van der Briel, there we go, is our winner. 14 seconds, so extending his championship lead over Chris TC. Quite a good number of points it'll be as well. Too short of the point system.
Ooh, not done yet. Tomo versus Tomo Brown. Not done yet, boys. And he's made the move for P17. Tomo ahead of the Haas at the very last moment into Stowe. Tried his best. Well, Tom Brown's on the old medium compound tyres. And Tomo will come across in 17th place ahead of Tom Brown. And that's the race done.
Wow. We'll have to say about that. Was absolutely intense, to say the least. Very, very unlucky to Bold Boy there, as we said. I think he might have shot himself in the foot in terms of a win today, but it is Williams driver back on top. Things you love to see, eh?
Belgian man at top. Sadly, no British drivers won the GP. Avanash P4 ahead of Bold Boy. Genie in P6 ahead of Chris DC. Error Voice finishes in P8 despite starting P2, but we'll make another strategy. Come back stronger next week. Mark down in P9, Scotty down in P10, W P11, Olliet down in P12, Smith down in P13, John Zone P14, Vans Racing P15, Single Track 16th, Tomo in 17th, Tom Brown in 18th, Winky down in P19, and Spikey, our only DNF, who finished in P20. That's a very interesting race, and I don't know about next week if I'm here or not. That was just a favour for this week.
I'm sure you can be if you want, but it's completely up to you.
We'll see what happens in the future.
That was our Silverstone British Grand Prix. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Top 3 of Yanni, George T and L Davis. So congratulations to those 3. And yeah, we will see you. Well, I will see you 100% next week. Take it easy, guys.
See you 7 p.m. next week.